first, and it took us like 3 months to find Colombia. We wanted like the East Coast because of the time difference with Israel and the flight difference from Israel, and the place where the people are welcoming and the economy is really stable and there is no like gaps like in Florida.
All right, guys, welcome to the Investor Syndicate podcast. Got a very special day today. We got my bros, Paz and Ido, all the way from Israel. Now, these guys have an incredible business model. They're literally investing virtually, sourcing deals, putting opportunities together, and building a massive multifamily portfolio all the way from Israel. And you guys will come in every, couple times a year?
Yeah,
or something. Yeah, so really incredible to have them in here today. So guys, welcome. I'm excited.
Thank you very much for hosting us.
Absolutely, man. So I'd like to kind of start at the beginning. You know, a lot of the people that come into the podcast, I like to hear the origin story, like where it all started. I know you guys started really planning your roots and investing here maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right? But what was the first inclination, the first thing that really got you directed into real estate?
So we both have a real estate background before we came to Colombia. I started with my family in North Carolina.
Awesome.
So it was just like a dummy investor in 2016, just brought the money.
Yeah.
And Paz have a long history of investing in Israel. And we are friends from school, from high school.
That's incredible. Yeah. So at what point did you guys end up partnering up? Like, hey, I'm doing some things in the United States. How did you identify that you guys would be a good fit for putting together a strategic partnership?
We both sold our companies in Israel. We both had companies in Israel and it was sold. I looked for investments in Israel. It was hard to find them after a few years that I was doing it. I talked with Ido because I thought to invest in one of the companies that he worked for. And eventually, I don't know how it went, but we ended up deciding to do it together.
Yeah.
In the US, we started to research for markets. And we choose Colombia.
It was a long research. We looked for really, really stable market. This was our first, and it took us like 3 months to find Colombia. We wanted like the East Coast because of the time difference with Israel and the flight difference from Israel, and the place where the people are welcoming and the economy is really stable and there is no like gaps like in Florida.
Yes.
So we found Colombia and we absolutely love it.
Yeah, I love it, man. So Columbia, South Carolina, for those of you that aren't super familiar with the market, it's known as a tertiary market, right? It's a linear market, which is favorable for cash flow, right? It's not one of the big appreciation markets like Atlanta, Florida, that you might see a big influx in price, but when you run into like a recession and the market turns, there's lot more opportunity to start losing your pants, right? So it's a safe place to invest, and for buy and hold investors, perfect place to start, right? So let's talk about when you guys established your venture. Obviously the business research, the analytics, looking at the numbers and figuring out what's the best fit. Obviously that's the first thing as an investor you want to do your market research, right? What were the next steps at that point on how you guys started to structure and put it together? And how did you identify your unique strengths? Like, Paz is running acquisitions, and Ido, did you guys know when you started that it was going to be like that?
No.
Yeah. Let's talk about what that looked like how you guys you've identified the market and then you started building. What did that look like?
I think when we started, after we decided we're going to go with Columbia, South Carolina, we made a lot of footwork. So we called to all of the real estate agent around Colombia. We thought in the beginning that like in order to source deals, you need to talk with real estate agent and they will bring us the deals. So I think we spoke with over 500, if there are 500, but we had like the list of all the brokers and we were like not calling for deals, but calling for brokers.
Yes.
And we had scheduled meeting for the first week we came here with I think something like 80 brokers.
Probably.
40 of them didn't show up.
Wow.
The other another 20 were late, but we met so many people and we thought this is how we're going to source deal, and we start going with each one of them on a deal ahead. But really soon we understand that this is not how we're going to find great deals.
Yeah.
We're going to find like okay deals. That's why. And then we started to look like for off-market deals, and this is where Paz like kicked into the picture. And
I think it took us some time to understand that we need to do a wholesale for ourselves.
Yes.
Actually, the first deal that we closed was from one of the meeting on our first trip.
Really?
Ashley Flott. She did a great job.
Yeah. She's an agent too, right?
Yeah,
Agent
she's an agent.
Yeah.
But it was an off-market deal. So it took us some time. We met with many people, wholesalers, brokers, property management companies, everybody that we can meet and get some information about the market. We did it. Eventually, after 6 months, I guess, something like that, we understood that we need to source the deals for ourselves, and that's what we started doing. Like Facebook, messagings, emails, mailing, like everything that we can do, we started doing.
That's incredible. So if we're looking at the big picture, like the breakdown, started with the agents, right? Yes. We had the real estate agents you guys reached out to, and you quickly realized, hey, the agents, their skill set, they're equipped to serve like the retail market more so, right? They don't have as much of a pulse on the investment space. They can't find discounted properties, right? So very quickly you're like, hey, we either need to turn to the off-market division, which build relationships with other wholesalers, or find our own deals, right? So we'll just say in-house. Looking at this and the progression of it, in the first year on the amount of deals you did, what percentage would you say broke up? Like how many came through agents? How many deals did you guys buy from other wholesalers, and how many in-house?
I would say 40%, and 20%.
Awesome.
Our first year was only 6 deals, I think.
First year,
6 deals, 30 units.
So these were 6 bigger deals. These were multifamily, right?
We looked from the first place for multifamily because I come from a background of multifamily, and I did some single home, and I really didn't like it because you have the same operational structure for a single and for an 8-plex or for a 20. So
yes,
for the cash flow reasons, it's much better to start with the multi.
And the maintenance, you got one roof to replace, right? It makes a lot more sense, I think, from the big picture standpoint of it. So looking at your business model now, right, 3-4 years down the line, have you seen any of these numbers flip?
Most of it is here.
Yeah? So you guys started taking some of the money or the cash flow that was going. I mean, you sold your businesses, so there's money to build the machine, right? But started to really become experts at learning how to market to motivated sellers, right? What did your marketing look like? Are you guys mostly direct mail? You mentioned Facebook.
Mostly emails and SMS. I think those are the biggest methods that we use. We do use Facebook to get to private owners. We don't do Facebook ads, but we do contact people from Colombia area.
Yeah.
Just asking them if they want to sell their home.
Wow. Are they posting it, or you found them from data sources and you're like, hey, this person owns a multifamily? If it's a secret sauce, you don't have to go.
It's not a secret. Just I contact everybody that I can.
Yeah. It's almost like
as simple as that.
It's like the traditional method of door knocking, right? Before social media and phones, having a computer in your pocket, right? You knock on every door you can. Hey, I know it's a long shot, but do you want to sell your house? Right?
Exactly like that.
That's incredible, man. So just the cold outreach.
We sometimes walk into McDonald's or any other place and people can recognize Paz from the Facebook.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Hey, you are a friend. And
that's
I'm
incredible.
Like, what?
That is incredible. So yes, you're sourcing for business, right? But at the same time, it's building brand recognition. People start to know who you are, right? And you don't even live here, right? That's crazy. Wow. So something that stands out with this, right? And a quote that I go back to a lot, but fortune favors the bold, right? People that are willing to get outside of their comfort zone to do the hard stuff, right? That's how winning is done. That's how you take the vision. Hey, we want to own so many doors, right? Did you guys, so I'll go back to that rabbit moment in a minute. But you identify the goal, right? And you just take massive imperfect action to put it in place,